Prince Sports here. Who's the greatest Laker of all time? I came down to two guys. And these two guys, you can make a case that it's tied 50-50 because it's so close. But there was one player that had a little something that is a little spoiled, but I had to give him the edge. If I had to pick one, I chose to pick this guy as the king of Lakers basketball, the greatest Laker of all time. So let's get into it. What's good, guys? Prince Sports here. I want to talk to you about none other than Los Angeles Laker basketball. Now, I got a question to ask, okay? There's been a lot of great players to play for the Los Angeles Lakers, man. They're one of the biggest storybook franchises in all of sports. Right there behind the Boston Celtics, you got the Yankees. There's only a few teams in sports that's iconic like the Lakers, because the Lakers had so many all-time great players put on that purple and gold. So for all you people that are Laker fans, you had the luxury of seeing some of the greatest players to ever pick up a basketball, play for just your franchise. It must be an incredible feeling. But nevertheless, who is the greatest Laker of all time? Now, is it Kareem? Is it Shaq? Is it Kobe? Is it, who? Is it Magic Johnson? So I get to thinking. And it comes down to two guys for me. Not Wilt Chamberlain, not Kareem, not James Worthy, not Shaq, but Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson. Now, they both got two things in common. Magic Johnson won championships with Kareem. He was considered the best player on the team, and sometimes he was not considered the best player on the team. He had to share that spotlight with Kareem. No different from Kobe. Kobe played with Shaq. He won championships with a big man as well. Shaq was presumed as the best man, best player on the team. Kobe was often viewed as a sidekick. But some people will say Kobe was better. He was the guy on that team. Because if you look at some of the situations, Kobe, not Shaq, had to deal with the intense battles. He had to be the guy to stop the other guy on the other end of the floor and score and close the games out. Kobe was the one battling Allen Iverson. Kobe was the one battling T-Mac. He had to take on all the best challenges individual. He had to deal with the Kobe stopper. The great team, that dynasty team that is the San Antonio Spurs. So they both won with a big man all-star behind them, okay? An all-time great. Both of them was two of the top 5 best players in the game on one team. So it helps and it hurts their career at the same time because they had that much extra help. You're playing with another top 5 player. You projected to win. There's no buts, ifs about it. But Kobe and Shaq was able to three-peat. Magic Johnson was never able to three-peat with Kareem. Magic Johnson never won a championship without Kareem. Kobe was able to win the championship without Shaq. So to me, that separates them a little bit. Magic Johnson does have the team, the individual accolades over Kobe. He has more regular season MVPs. He's a more-time finals MVP. He has the individual awards over Kobe. He even has some of the more impressive stats on paper because he shot over 50% from the field, came close to averaging a triple-double. He was an all-around player, so to speak. He played better team basketball. But, again, don't let stats fool you. Kobe Bryant was still a better scorer than Magic Johnson, even though his field goal percentage wasn't as better as Magic Johnson. But Kobe played a lot of ISO one-on-one basketball. Kobe had to do a lot more offensively and defensively than Magic Johnson a little bit. Magic Johnson ran the floor. He ran the show. He was the point guard. A lot of his buckets came within fast breaks. Running that Showtime offense. It was barely that he would have to go into an offensive game. Not to say he can't score one-on-one. He developed to be a good three-point shooter. He developed to be a good one-on-one player. He took Kareem's sky hook. He learned that from Kareem. But if I had to pick one player to be the king of Los Angeles, the king of purple and gold. If you asked me this question a couple years ago, I might have said Magic Johnson. I would have said Magic Johnson. But now I think the tide has turned, and I'm going to go with Kobe Bean Bryant as the greatest Laker of all time. What do you think? Prince Sports out. Peace.